Hi, welcome to Curious Kids Every Day. I'm Josh. How are you doing today? It's so good to hear from you. The other day, I saw the biggest butterfly I think I've ever seen in my entire life. I didn't realize they could get that big. It was probably as big as my entire hand. It got me thinking about how big butterflies can get. And that got me thinking about how butterflies even become butterflies in the first place. I mean, they start out as tiny wiggly caterpillars, right? Then they wrap themselves up in a little chrysalis, and poof, out comes a totally different looking animal. That feels like something out of a cartoon, but it's real. Have you ever seen a caterpillar inching along a leaf? Or maybe even found a chrysalis hanging under a branch? Today, we're going to find out exactly what's going on with caterpillars and butterflies. Let's start at the very beginning. A butterfly begins its life not as a caterpillar, but as an egg. A butterfly lays teeny tiny eggs, usually on the underside of a leaf. Inside each egg is a baby caterpillar just waiting to hatch. When it does, it's very small, sometimes no bigger than the tip of a pencil. Once it hatches, the caterpillar begins to eat, and eat, and eat. Have you ever read that book, The Very Hungry Caterpillar? Yeah, caterpillars really do actually like to eat that much. It munches on leaves and grows super fast. As it grows, its skin doesn't stretch like ours does, so the caterpillar has to shed its skin again and again. This is called molting. Can you say molting? After a few rounds of eating and molting, the caterpillar is finally ready for its big transformation. Here's the amazing part. When the caterpillar is ready, it attaches itself to a twig or leaf and sheds its skin one last time. But this time, something different happens. Underneath that final layer of skin is a chrysalis. That's the protective shell where the big transformation happens from crawling caterpillar to flying butterfly. Now, I always thought this thing was called a cocoon, but I found out that cocoons are actually for moths. Butterflies have a chrysalis. So when I say chrysalis, you might be thinking of the word cocoon, and you're basically right, but the actual word is chrysalis. Inside the chrysalis, the caterpillar actually melts into a soupy liquid. That sounds crazy, right? But it's true. Its old body breaks down, and special groups of cells, called imaginal discs, can you say imaginal discs? Those imaginal discs start building a whole new body. These discs were hiding inside the caterpillar the whole time, like secret instructions waiting for the right moment. They form the wings, legs, and everything else a butterfly needs. This whole process is called metamorphosis. Can you say metamorphosis? It takes about 1 to 2 weeks, depending on the species and the weather. Then, when everything is ready, the new butterfly wiggles out of its chrysalis. Its wings are all crumpled at first, so it has to wait a little while, pumping fluid into them, letting them dry out. But once they're strong and dry, off it goes! Look at it! It's beautiful! Flying for the very first time. Butterflies go through a lot of changes in their life. Start as an egg, caterpillar, chrysalis, finally, butterfly. It's one of the most incredible transformations in the animal world. A creature with no wings turns into one of the most colorful, beautiful flyers in nature. I love learning about butterflies. Okay, let's have a quick quiz. What's the first stage of a butterfly's life? That's when they're an egg. What does a caterpillar do a lot before turning into a butterfly? It eats a bunch. What's the hard outer shell called that forms around the caterpillar? That's the chrysalis. What's the word for the whole transformation process? That is called metamorphosis. Oh, and do you remember the special cells inside the caterpillar that help it change into a butterfly? Those are called imaginal discs. Let's play true or false. True or false? A caterpillar can fly. That is false. A butterfly can fly, but a caterpillar does not. True or false? Caterpillars have to shed their skin as they grow. That is true. True or false? A butterfly goes through 4 main stages in its life. That is true. Egg, caterpillar, chrysalis, and butterfly. One more. True or false? The transformation inside the chrysalis only takes a few hours. That is false. It usually takes 1 to 2 weeks. Would you rather fly through a field of flowers or crawl through tall grass? I would always love to learn to fly, so I'm going to go with flying through a field of flowers. Okay, let's play What Am I? I'm going to give you 3 clues, and you tell me what that thing is. Are you ready? I start off as an egg. I crawl and munch on leaves. I will one day build a chrysalis. What am I? It's a caterpillar. All right, here's the next one. I help some animals fly. I can be big or small, clear or colorful. And butterflies have me, and so do birds. What am I? I'm the wings. Okay, one more. This one's a toughie. I help build new body parts. I hide inside the caterpillar. And I make the wings grow. What am I? It's the imaginal discs. Isn't it incredible that something as different as a butterfly and a caterpillar are actually the same creature, just at different stages of life? If you ever see a chrysalis hanging from a branch, now you'll know there's something amazing happening inside. What kind of question do you think we'll ask tomorrow on Curious Kids Every Day? I can't wait to find out. So until then, keep asking questions and stay curious, kids. And for all the grown-ups listening, hey, this is the 100th episode of Curious Kids Every Day. Thank you so much for telling other parents about this show. Please visit CuriousKidsEveryday.com to get a free printable with activity ideas that don't involve screens. Those are the best kinds of adventures to have. That's CuriousKidsEveryday.com. See you tomorrow.